Hello everybody, this is Houston Brown with Houston Brown Photography, and this is not a review of the Flashpoint 360. I just wanted to go over a couple of little things that I noticed about the interface. If you're looking for a video about a review or unboxing and all that, there are tons of them out there. This has been on the market for quite some time. This is the newer version. It's a TTL version. I don't know if it's a version 2 or phase 2 or whatever, but it has the transmitter built in. When I first ordered it, I was naive. I didn't know. I just ordered one because I saw, wow, it's only 350 bucks. This is like 80 bucks more. Same flash, same everything, but instead of having the little receiver on the outside here that's USB, something else to lose, break, what have you, it is now built in. Plus this has TTL, which I don't really use. It's for a Nikon, but it does have high-speed sync, which I do have an occasional use for, which I really wanted. But mainly because it was built in. This transmitter is also, I believe, a receiver, but I'm not sure. But you can control this from here, which is very important to me. I do real estate photography, so I'll have multiple flashes. I'm currently on a Yongnuo system, which I really like. I highly recommend it. I've had it before. It served me well. I've got 3 flashes, 2 triggers, and a remote that does the same thing kind of this does. I rarely use it, but when I do have to use it and I have, you know, flashes are upstairs and I'm somewhere else and I want to control it, it works beautifully. I've never had any problems with it, and it's very inexpensive, like 60 bucks a flash. The triggers are $10 and that remote was 25 or 20 bucks. It's really inexpensive. So I'm going to this because I wanted a little more power. Or actually this is a lot more power. So I'm going to see how this works for me. When I do, I think I'm going to have a video on that on location about comparing this with just those regular flashes. Not necessarily the Yongnuos, but any flash, because this is going to be about twice, 3 times the power from what I understand. I haven't done any tests, haven't heard anything definitive. If you have, please let me know. But I'm thinking this is quite a bit more powerful. And the battery pack is nice because that will allow me, I'm using AAA batteries. I shoot almost a full day on a house myself. I know a lot of you guys go through and do several houses and may not even use lights. I don't know. But if you do use lights, I highly recommend this as it stands right now. Just some testing I've done around my own house has been, wow, I can't wait to go out and shoot a real house. Anyways, a couple little caveats that I ran into myself. You may not. You might probably smarter than I am. But I'm going to switch over here to this other camera and show you the interface. But when I was going through here, I was couldn't figure out how to get this hooked up with this. Plus, I'm also going to show you a couple of things about the menu in here. So I've heard some people complain about the scroll wheel. Little things, but you know, it all adds up, right? But I did find some things that I think will help you out. So we're just going to jump over here to camera 2 and show you some close-ups of the interface. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention that I think would be helpful if you do get this system is this. And this is the battery holder that when this attaches to your light stand. You got your pole here, the pole will go in here. Clamp this down on your light stand, and then this battery pack has this belt clip here, and this has a little slot in it. So you can just put that on there and it'll hang onto your light stand. Now, I found this both at Adorama and on eBay. Adorama wants 25 bucks for it, and I got it on eBay for $12. This one, for 12 bucks, actually has the, what is it, a 1/4 inch hole and a 3/8 inch hole. So it'll take your standard, I forgot what they call that thing, but you know what I'm talking about. So you could put this on your on a door, on anything, and still hold up other flashes or whatever. So it's a little more universal for half the price. So I recommend that. So let's go ahead and jump over here and take a look at the interface. So when you first turn on the flash, you're probably going to be presented by this menu. And if you are, you can change it with this button here. But where I got confused is mine came up here and I thought it was pretty much ready to go. I'm in manual mode and I thought that the R2 right here would trigger it. Well, it didn't. So I had to go and look up some stuff. So what I found out is that this wireless mode button right here, you have to click on that. Now there's 4 different other modes. So if I click on it once, you'll see that this symbol right here means that it's in a optical master mode. See, it's also a green screen. If I click it again, it turns into a slave optical mode. If I click it yet again, now it's in a radio mode, which is the master radio 2.4 gigahertz mode, which this is the master for that. Click it yet one more time, and now it's the slave radio mode. But as you can see, we're in TTL, so I'm going to change the mode here with the mode button to manual. We're on channel 1, group A, and you can see that this is set to half power. Now it's set up to be controlled by the R2. Oops, by the R2. All right, so I'm going to get this out of the way, and let's take a look at this. Now, the big complaint about this screen that I've seen a couple times is this scroll wheel going up and down. Well, I've found through a little research here and actually reading some of the manual, we can go in through the function menu and change this to the way I have it set up here. You notice if I use the scroll wheel, that ABC stays there. So what you need to do is, here's the function button. So if you press and hold, you'll go into this, what they call the function mode. You see FN at the top. The number underneath it, the 05, there are, I think, 9 different areas that you can change things on. Right now I'm in function 5, which controls, you'll see the number below there. If I just click on this GR, it'll start flashing. I can move between 128 and 256. Those are my only 2 choices. And what that will do, not on this flash, at least I don't think so, it will set the lowest flash point to 1/256th of a second as opposed to 128. So I'm just going to leave that on 128. If I hit the mode again, oops, sorry, I have to go back. Hit this GR button, the center button, to turn that off, and now I can use the scroll wheel to go to 6, which I'm not sure what that is. This is the only 2 I use. The 7th function, you'll see this 03. I'm going to hit GR to make that flash. My only 2 choices here are 3 and 5, and what that's going to do is change your group settings from A, B, C, D, E to just A, B, C, to only 3 groups. So you can either be 3 groups or 5 groups. I never use hardly 3, let alone 5. So I just stuck it on 3. And ironically, 3 groups will show up in this one screen, which is kind of nice. So that's all I do. To get back, I'm just going to hit this top button once. And now you can see that I have A, B, C, and my scroll wheel is no longer working. Now the scroll wheel, whether you want it to work or not, is actually a toggle, but it's a hidden toggle of sorts. If you press and hold this channel, or I can't even read it, or OK button, if you press and hold it, just like you go into the functions menu, but when the functions menu shows up, continue to hold it, and then it's going to take you back to the home screen. Now you'll notice, now that I'm back on the home screen, that that center group, the one with the arrow next to it, is underlined. That lets you know that now we are scrolling. We're in scroll mode, I can say. So when you only have 3 on there, I guess if you wanted to, you could have all 5 on there and use where you just hit this group button to go to each group, which I prefer. So now I'm going to press and hold this again to toggle it back the other way. I'll press and hold this button. Even when the function screen comes up, I'm going to continue to hold it. And then it's going to toggle, and you notice that little underline is now gone. And now when I use the scroll wheel, it just says ABC. So now all you do is hit this center button, this GR button, one time, and you see that now group A is flashing. If I hit again, group B is flashing. If I hit again, group C. So when I go to group A and then I use my scroll wheel, it starts changing the flash power. So let's take a look at the flash itself and make sure that that is working. So right now we should be at a 16th. Let's go to, and this is a problem I was having before. Is that sometimes this thing just loses its connectivity as you're playing with this, and I'm not sure why. And the way around that was that I had to go over here to go to different group. Let's say go to group C. Then I'm going to hit C over here, change the mode to manual. Still doesn't work. See, I had to keep messing with it. This is a bug that I found, so I'm kind of glad this is happening while I got you guys looking, so no one will think I'm crazy. So I'm going to say OK with that and just leave that. I'm going to try to change the channel to a different channel. Let's try 3. Then I'm going to go over here and change this channel to channel 3. Channel 3. All right. Now let's see if I can, well, that's on group C. I'm going to change this group to A. And now let's see if I hit group. Oh, I got to get out of here first. Is it because it's too close? Is that a possibility? Now it's working. It just started working. Now it doesn't work. I guess I can have it too close. Look at that. When I hold it this close, it quits working. When I take it away, it starts working. That's crazy. Have no idea. But anyways, you've seen that issue. So if you have that issue, you know what it is. But it does work. So hopefully that helped a little bit. And you got to see some real world bugs in that. If someone has some explanation for that, I'd love to hear about it. But that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching.